All right, so for this practice assessment, I just want to show you a few things from a teacher side before I show you the student side. So here's the practice assessment. If I click edit, all I've done here is a due date, points, whether or not I enable submissions. But again, you have options here, enable until. I can lock it at a certain day, or I don't want them to start it yet. So I want a specific window where they can submit. And categories, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to cancel this. What I want to go in and show you first is setup. So in setup, there are some things that I put all the time. I also, which I forgot to here, I usually enlarge this to 24, make it be a different color and bold just to have it stand out. Okay, things that I always choose. I never put time limit. I randomly order. I let them see how many points it's worth. I allow them to flag questions, eliminate answer choices. I'm not doing math, so I don't do protractor, ruler, and calculator, but if you're a math person, that might be appropriate. And sometimes I will allow calculator or ruler, depending what we're doing. I always allow highlighting text and notepad. So for most of my assignments, I allow students to see their results, and I allow them to take it up to 3 times, and then they get their highest score, okay? So I'm going to save this because I did make that change to the beginning. That's just the setup. For questions, my first question will always be this, which is add text. And if you look here, for the most part, I'm going to have a video here, but you could link to an article. You could have the text of an article. You could copy and paste. You could add it as an image, okay? And so if they needed to refer back to like a reading passage or something, or a diagram that was consistent across all the questions, you could have it referenced there. But I like to put a link, which you're going to use this once you highlight the text, and then you're going to add link and choose something. So I use like a review video to help them with completion of the assignment. Okay, so I don't really need to change anything here. Here's a multiple choice question. So this is one that has multiple correct answers. So I give them a little feedback here, select all the correct answers. So you can see I enlarged to 24 bold and made it a different color just to make the question stand out. I pick all the right answers, and I check multiple responses. That's important. If you don't do that, there's only one right answer, okay? Also, you can do this, shuffle the options. So it's going to mix them around for each attempt and also for each student. All right, so let's click save. I usually do that. Thick skin has 4 layers. This is just a simple true-false question. If you select this, require correction, you're going to have to self-grade all of them, even if the answer was true. Okay, so just keep that in mind. For highlight hotspot, you're going to upload your image, and then you're going to click draw. And what you're going to do is just keep clicking until you make a shape, and then it's going to add something that is clickable. Now I'm going to delete this because I don't actually want that one. And you're going to do it for all the ones you want, and then for the answer key at the bottom, you're just going to click on the one that is correct. Okay, so I'm going to cancel. I don't want to make changes to that one. That's one of my favorite, highlight hotspot. Fill in the blank drop down. I like this. Most of the time, I have the same answers for each option, for each like blank. And the reason I like this is just another version of like creating a word bank for students to choose from. Okay, so a bunch of things that might be similar, or like different body systems or whatever you're studying. I really like this option for the drop down. And then for drag and drop, this is a standard kind of fill in the blank with a word bank. So they're just going to drag the word up and choose something that's important is to check partial match if there's more than one question. All right, same with this one. If you notice, I have partial match checked. Okay, and then correctly labeling the skull. You're going to add as many response boxes as you want. So watch, if I add one, okay, it's going to show up right here in number 8. I move it where I want it. Okay, and then here are all the options. And then here's where I have to put the right answers. Okay, and again, I'm going to want to click partial match unless you want it to be an all or nothing. I almost never want that. But if you do, then don't check partial match. You would check exact match, which is like the default. All right, so that's just a little bit about the teacher perspective, okay? Again, when you are grading any question, you can add feedback. It doesn't matter what kind of question it is, okay? Multiple choice, short answer, doesn't matter. Any kind of question allows you to add feedback. And you can add videos, you can add a picture of notes, you can add an image from the internet, whatever you want. A link to an image, a link to a website, whatever, you can add that in the feedback, which is ridiculously helpful for students. So let's, for this one, let's just add a link. So let me just pause for a second. Okay, so I found a link, and so what I'm going to do is check out this website for help. And you can see it literally shows up as a link. I just copied and pasted, and I'm going to click save. Okay. And any kind of feedback. Okay, check your notes. Okay, you forgot to, you missed one. All right, whatever you want. You can even put, awesome job. Okay, whatever you want for feedback. Okay, so that's the teacher end.